Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deathside here with you again. This is the second part of my Vortex Pinnacle run through on the newish adventures in WoW. And we get to see further kind of suckery, I guess you could say. From the... I don't want to put all the blame on the tank, but I mean... How do you not know when to move out of certain things? Okay. It's a pug, what do you expect? You're not going to get anything miraculous out of them. Because just last night I had a tank who was awesome, and everybody else died. Not from my lack of trying either. So we get a nice little boss here, a cloud dude, can't remember his name, but got the cycle going around, and lots of numbers going around right now, isn't there? All kinds of numbers. It depresses me when I run through this now, just because I remember back at Cataclysm launch how much harder this was. Maybe not this fight in particular, but just the whole dungeon as a whole. Because you had to CC those adepts later on, or else you would wipe. There's no two ways about it. And if you, I can attest for that because I've done it in a guild and I've done it in a pug, and both times if nobody CC'd those adepts, you're screwed. Because usually they would end up attacking the healer or doing way too much damage to the DPS, and despite what everybody may think, healers can't fully heal everyone every second of the dungeon. You just can't. You can try. But, cooldowns and things like that, you just can't always keep up with it. That's why I try to use stuff that really doesn't have much cooldowns right now. I mean, like Rejuvenate, Nourish, Healing Touch, Life Bloom, and Wild Regrowth. Now, like I've said before, Swift Mend does really help a lot, especially if people are smart enough to see it on the ground and actually move into it. So, like, they see it on the ground, like, oh, well, this is nice and green, this will heal me, I'll just stand not in it. Yeah, you do that. Don't holler at me when you're taking damage. Which I haven't heard anybody actually speak up in, like, party chat or anything and say, hey, healer, why aren't you healing me? LOL, blurp. But hey, I guess if they don't speak up, it's not that too big of a deal. But just me knowing that they're not in it, I want to rip their faces off. But you don't, because it's the internet and people are retarded. So, what are you gonna do? And I'm pretty sure this tank here is the tank that didn't. No, that's not this one. He actually pulls these dragons here coming up out of their healing circle that they create. Had one the other day that didn't realize that's what you have to do. He just kept standing in it. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, okay. I do like that dragon model. That's a really cool model. I wish I had the mount that drops from Altarius. That's a nice mount. But I'm sure the drop chance is like 0.01%. And the other thing about those healing circles is that they heal you too. But you wouldn't think a boss, or well, mini boss, I guess you could say, or unusual mob. You wouldn't think that they would have an ability that would heal you. The only other boss that I know in Cataclysm that does that is in Shadowfang Keep. But he heals you and then he takes it right back. Yay, another one. And my druid is now level 84. It's got some different gear on now. But might see that in a future episode. Because we'll still have one more part of this to go. Tree! Yeah, and I've heard that they're kind of giving the tree form the shaft in Mist of Pandaria. I haven't actually looked into it. I saw a video by a trade chat, and apparently she's incredibly pissed about it. I haven't really looked into it that much. I'm waiting to get into the beta to actually see what it's actually going to do. But from the information, excuse me, from the information, if I can ever friggin' talk, that she had is that it basically turns it into a kind of like it is now, but it's something you have to spec into. Which I agree with her. That sounds retarded. Why would you take away the main ability of a Retro Druid? I mean, I was mad enough when they took it away the first time and put it on a friggin' cooldown. Because I originally had a Tauren Druid in Wrath of the Lich King. I had him up to 80, I was healing some dungeons, and I loved my tree form. I loved it. But no, tree forms don't need that. Stop screwing with shit, Blizzard. Really. What feedback could they have gotten that said, we need to take this and make it something that you actually spec into? What? Where? When? Why? How? They're probably all just like sitting around the table and like, oh, what can we do to really piss off the druids? But give them some other cool abilities at the same time. Well, we can take their tree form, make it something you actually have to spec into. And then give them symbiosis. Oh, right. Alright, that's enough of that. This mechanic is... it's alright. I like different. As a healer, I'm not really that big of a fan of like moving that. I mean, I don't mind moving around in a fight, but to get a debuff if you're at a certain spot, then, you know. But hey, it makes it challenging, which apparently, as Cataclysm has proven, is something Blizzard doesn't want. Everything has to be seen by everyone, no matter what. And according to Blizzard, if you think differently, you're wrong. Well, they're wrong. Not everyone should see hardcore raids and all that. You can see the regular raids and you can see dungeons, heroic dungeons, but that's just been on a slippery slope since then. I just hate looking back and seeing that it was all for naught. All this was made really hard, and you're like, yes, it's a challenge. And Firelands comes out, and actually, I think it was even before Firelands. Hey, let's nerf everything because people can't beat this the first time they fucking run it. And here are those bastards, the adepts and all that. See, now, you can do it without CCing anything. I'm sure a lot of you say, Well, that's good because I want a quick run through the dungeon. And that will do it for this episode. Thanks, guys, for watching.